Hey everybody, Patrick here with you, Bayou Outdoors 365, also along with Toledo Bend Lake Country, and we are getting ready to talk about a big event coming to Toledo Bend. Daniel right now is joining me from the MLF. Daniel, I know you back from previous days before the MLF days were going on. So first of all, how have things been going with you? I mean, you're in director's role like you were back then when I saw you. Things have changed up a little bit, but how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, man. And yeah, it was a pleasure. I think we hung out at Shreveport probably 5 or 6 years ago for a big event that we had there, the BFL All American. It was what
Yeah,
I
we,
was
we
doing at
did
that
that,
time.
but we did that. I mean, it might have gone a little bit further. Were you back here for the
Cup,
Forest Wood Cup? Whenever,
the
yeah,
Cup.
back when
Yeah,
Randall Carp won
I,
it.
I did not have the tournament director role at that
Yeah.
point in time, but yes, I've been there and enjoyed all those events that we've had down in your part of the world, man, for sure.
Well, you guys are coming back. You're coming back with your big top series, your Bass Pro Tour. That's the top of the line there for MLF, Major League Fishing, and you're going to start it in our backyard on Toledo Bend. And Toledo Bend, I've done some stories down there last year with Living the Dream Guide Service. And look, Toledo Bend, it comes and goes, but man, last year on fire. What are y'all looking forward to this year about it?
Toledo Bend's back right now, man, for sure. There's no doubt about it. We've had a lot of anglers. We're currently in our off limits period for this event, so nobody's on the water right now. But they're able to pre practice before that off limits starts. And every report I got back was that, oh my gosh, I can't believe the numbers and the quality of fish that we're catching right now in Toledo. Most of these anglers that are in the Bass Pro Tour have prior experience at Toledo Bend, and so they know that it has goes through ups and downs as well. But I believe we're going to hit it really at a good time, and it is early in the year. There's no doubt, and so weather can play a little bit of a factor. But we're looking to have a very solid start to the season at Toledo Bend, and the anglers I know are excited because I mean they were talking about catching like 100, Patrick,
Yeah,
a day,
yeah.
that
Wow.
kind of stuff. And so it's going to be phenomenal. And with our format, which is different from any of the other circuits out there, we do the catch, weigh, release. It's every fish counts deal on the water there. And so numbers are going to play a huge role into this. So we're
Yeah, so
ready,
you got
man. We're ready to get it going.
I'm sure you are. And, Toledo Bend, like you said, it's been showing off. It was tremendous in 2023. I'm sure some of the anglers are sitting back right now saying, okay, I'm watching the weather right now. They got a lot of cold weather down there coming on in, but at least you got a little bit of time between now and the actual tournament. So hopefully
Yep.
that won't mess things up a whole lot.
No, and really, it's just the way it is. Like
Yeah.
we run, I think for this current season that we're getting ready to run, I think we have 214 or so events that we're going to run in total for the season out of all of our circuits, and so we have to get started in early, right?
Yeah.
And so typically your opener, you're going to see somewhere South Texas, you're going to see South Florida, you're going to see those kinds of things, but that doesn't mean that the fishing is not phenomenal. So it's basically just a deal where anglers, yeah, you're going to have to layer up. I'm going to be out there at the lake every day, so I'm going to be layered up. We're going to be fine, and the fish are going to perform, no doubt about it.
Every once in a while it freezes up, but I wait for you to finish your thing until it
Yeah,
pops back up. But it is automatically recording your response. So that's the reason why I don't
perfect.
say anything, so
Yes,
that you
sir.
know that. So I just paused there. Um, and there's another reason too, if you think about it. I know it's cold and all that, but there's a reason why Rattle Trap would hold their Rattle Trap Open on Sam Rayburn in January and on Toledo Bend in February, because it's that time of the year. I mean, it may be cold, but you can catch some big fish, and I know that part firsthand myself. When folks are, so what are the dates for this event? Tell us the dates for it.
Yeah, so our tournament actually kicks off January 30th and runs through February 4th. It's a 6-day tournament on the Bass Pro Tour, and that's a lot different from other circuits out there as well. But we have a 80 angler field that we actually break into two separate groups, so we only have at the most 40 boats on the water a day. The way this works, and so your first 4 days of the competition are alternating Group A and Group B of 40 boats. Then we cut the field down to 20. Then we cut the field down to 10 for the championship there. And so January 30th through February 4th.
So let me recap for people aren't familiar with it. So you
Mm-hmm.
have how many total teams total? How many total
There are
boats?
80 total anglers in the event.
So day one, let's just say
Mhm.
Group A of 40 boats, day
That's
two, Group B of 40 boats, and
mhm.
then rotate them around. Do you take the top 20 out of all of them or top 20 out of each group?
4, yeah. And then the 10 pros from Group A and our 10 pros from Group B will make up our 5th day cut field, and then the top 10 out of those out of that day 5 move on to our championship round.
If you don't have the greatest of day, but if you get into that right group, then that could be very beneficial to you.
Well, and it's fun though. This format,
Yeah.
you'll see this happen. Like Group A, like we start the tournament on the 30th, right? And it may be 72 and sunny and perfect conditions, all those things, and then a huge front move in on Group B. And so yeah, like you're really just competing against the other 39 anglers in your group, but you're also competing against different conditions, as the week plays out there. And I've seen this happen last season, where like a Group A had day 1 and 3 and they were perfect days, and then Group B had terrible conditions on days 2 and 4. But then we bring them all together, and it's fun because the conditions dictate how the anglers fished, and so then when you combine those two groups for your knockout round and for your championship round, you've got anglers doing completely different things because of what the conditions affected them on their qualifying days, right? And so your Group A guys were like, yeah, I was fishing, shallow the whole time, this and that, and it was perfect and everything. And your Group B guys were like, well, that's not at all what our conditions were. And so then our knockout round, day 5 of these events, is really fun to see the two groups come together and see what the different minds and mindsets were and trains of thought.
So Toledo Bend Lake is where you're coming to. You're going to be
Mm-hmm.
launching out of Cypress Bend Park
Yes.
and all. I mean, what's it like coming down there? I mean, that's out in a rural area and everything, but does Toledo Bend Lake Country and the community, do they roll the red carpet out for you guys to try to take care of you to make it a great event?
Yeah, amazing people to work with, no doubt about that part, Patrick. We, it'll be the first time that I've been there with the Bass Pro Tour. I was the Invitational or Pro Circuit director before that, and so I haven't been there with this level of event. But we have ran hundreds of events out of that location and worked with the community for years and years. And yes, the carpet is always rolled out, and we could not ask more from our friends down there.
So when you do come to, and it's been a while, do you make sure you take in the local food and you make sure you get yourself tamales? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I just need to know the right spot to go whenever I get there, man. But yeah,
I
food
got
is
the right spot. I'll pick them up for you. I
yeah.
got the guy that'll hook us up with them.
Yeah, I mean, fishing tournament's priority 1 when we show up, but food is priority 2 every time. So that's
Every
just the
time.
way it goes.
And down there, you can get anything from tamales to your Cajun food. And, we'll be on the edge of starting to try to get crawfish in, too. The season's not as great as what it has been and all with it because of the weather last year, but that's getting right at the entry time of crawfish season. So you
Yeah,
might get a little bit of everything.